All right, everybody, we are live again, Dynasty Mirror Search for Uhuru. And I have my sister from another mother, African superstar all the way from the UK. You're in the UK, right? You're not in Scotland. You're in the UK. Are you in
Yeah,
Scotland?
yeah.
Or is that all
I'm
the
in, I'm
same?
in,
What'd you say?
yeah, I'm in the UK. I'm in the UK.
UK. Okay. All right. And today's topic is breaking the minority mindset. Now, I kind of have an idea where you're going with this one. So, since we are the majority on the planet, how can we and why do we consider ourselves minority? Is that kind of the direction we're going in?
That's it, fam. That's it.
Okay, go ahead, take it away.
So first of all, I always, have to make the formalities. Big shout outs to my big brother Dynas. Thank you for the opportunity to speak on your platform. It's always very appreciated. Also big shout outs to your family, the Search
Mhm,
for Uhuru family, which has also come over to my channel, been really supportive. And actually, one of my subscribers, US Bronxy, suggested that we do this collabo on this video because I spoke about it actually on my channel last week. And she
okay.
said, you know what, this would be great for you to speak about it with Dynas. And I mean, it's such a large issue. We can speak so many different ways, but kind of how this video came about on my channel was I got a video from it was like a suggested for you video, and it had to do with Black people in Japan.
Mm.
And I watched this video, and I kind of had a perception of what
You know
the
what? Let me
girl.
stop you right there. I've been getting a lot of suggestions from the Black in Japan situation
Yeah,
too. I just never watched one.
I don't know what that's all about. I clicked the little button just for you guys, that are watching. You can go ahead and click the button not interested. Okay, so
Mhm.
that's what I did because I'm not interested in that at all. Um, so anyway, I saw the video. It was a sister on the video from Philadelphia. She moved out to Japan. She lives in the countryside of Japan. And she was kind of talking about some of the challenges of being out there. And it just made me, further think about it.
What were some of the challenges? If you could,
So some of the challenges, naturally, the area that she lives in the countryside. So there's not diversity there at all. It's all Japanese people.
mhm,
Um, she's quite heavy set. She said that the Japanese people, they aren't warm and friendly. They don't greet her. Sometimes they stare at her. So she was just talking about those type of things, and then obviously the language barrier of
right.
of the Japanese. So I watched a little bit of the video, to be honest. I didn't watch the full thing because it just didn't capture me. But it led me to this subject, which is breaking the minority mindset. And I am definitely in agreement with you. It is my understanding that Black people, we are not minorities. We may be minorities in certain countries, but we are the majority in many, many more countries.
Mhm,
Notably, Africa, being the largest continent in the world, is filled over the top, a very populous place with Black people.
right.
You have 54 countries in its own there. Then you also have a huge population of Black, Latino people that live in South America. We're populous in America. We're populous in Europe. So it's actually impossible, if you logically think about it, that we are minority groups. But this is another attempt by our formal education, the
Right.
media campaigns, and the government to systematically program us to believe that. And this is actually, I heard you mention it on your channel, and it was a great point. You were talking about travel, and you were talking about people melanin dripping.
Yeah. Nobody cares. Nobody cares about your melanin dripping in Italy.
So you were talking about melanin dripping in Dubai and
Yeah.
Australia and all this stuff.
Melanin dripping everywhere but Africa.
I was so weak on that video, man. I was in the comments weak, but it's so true because why in the world? Okay, you and I, we travel a lot. Okay,
Hmm.
so we go to Africa, but why would you spend 14 hours, 24 hours? You flying all the way out there to Bali. You going to Australia. You
Yeah.
going to Cambodia and Thailand. You going all the way. You know what I'm saying? You wouldn't even think and consider about going to a place where you're going to see your brothers and sisters. You're going to see people that look like you're going to blend right into the
Yeah,
majority.
exactly.
It's a mindset, you know. And I was talking about how this woman has now upped the ante on her prospects of rooting herself and being settled because she planted herself in a place that is not conducive for her success. You know what I mean?
Right.
She she she
Exactly.
she she went from maybe her challenging environment in America to
Hmm.
an even more challenging
More challenging
environment,
environment. Yeah.
plus a language barrier, and even less diversity. Like maybe if you go to the big cities, I haven't been to Japan or really anywhere in Asia at this point, but
Right.
there may be a little bit more diversity if you go to Tokyo or Hong Kong or some of the bigger cities. But you went out to the countryside.
Right. Did she
You
say
know what I
why?
mean?
Did she say why?
She said she had a brother that was out there teaching English, I believe, and she's out there teaching English now. And
Hmm.
she said she used to go and visit him in Japan, and one day she decided, like, okay, I'm just going to go out there.
Hmm.
And again, you know, like I said, I didn't watch the whole entire video because I was put off. But I just thought, like, why would you want to do that? You know, big shout outs to all of our subscribers that are already interested in frequenting Africa.
Hmm.
I can only speak for myself, and I have heard you express it on your videos as well, Dinus, that, you know, that feeling of being in the Black majority, it's like addictive. You know, it's
Right.
actually saddening when we have to leave and come back to the West. You know, we go from being the majority to the minority in like six
Right.
hours or however long we fly. And it's beautiful to see a sea of Black people around you. Or as soon as you land in a country, they're speaking to you in the native tongue. They see you as a brother. They see you as a local person. You know, it's fantastic. Versus you're gonna fly all the way out there, and then you're gonna be a spectacle. They're gonna be trying to take pictures with you and touch your skin, and it's not like when I went to Egypt, for instance, the Arabs, you know, the Egyptians, they
Hmm.
really marveled at me. Like they loved
Really?
my complexion. Yeah. When I was in Cairo, they were just like, especially the kids, like they would just, their eyes would pop open. They would be like, wow, you're so pretty. You know, I was wearing Muslim attire as well out of respect.
Hmm.
So, but the men were like, oh, brown sugar. Oh, wow, you're so gorgeous. I love your color. I love your color. And they showed a lot of love, but it was like a marveling type of thing. It wasn't like a spectacle, like, oh
Right.
wow, you know, you're Black, you know, I want to get a picture with you, you know, type of thing that I've heard several times is the sentiment in Asia. And
Hmm.
also, the lady was saying that when she teaches English to the students, they would ask her where she's from, and she would tell them that she's from America. And they would be like, no, you're not from America. Like, you're from Africa. Like, they couldn't correlate that there's Black people that live in America, you know? So I thought
Right.
to myself, why would you want to put yourself in that environment? But obviously, you see yourself as a minority. And when you're considering migrating, you would plant yourself in another country where you're going to go through even more difficulty. You know, um, I think that the community aspect is what is so attractive, at least for me, in Africa. You know, being able to just segue right in, you know, and I love it. I love it. It's one of the most attractive things to me when I travel to the motherland.
Cool. Cool. Let's see what we got here in the chat room. She is lying. Her tone is calming. Oh, Dr. Ming Lee, stop trolling. Stop trolling. Guys, let's get these likes up as you come in the chat room. Okay, so somebody like yourself, African superstar, when you go to country like right now in Scotland, I'm sorry, the UK, I apologize. In order to break that mind, because I think the minority mindset there you go, is a mindset. How do you break that mindset?
I think personally, I mean, obviously, travel is a great way to do it. Everybody's not in a position to travel, or so they say, or maybe they have to plan longer, or it may be a long-term goal for some people where money is an issue. But I think informing yourself is a huge way to combat it as well, because your formal education and the media is only going to perpetuate those ideas that you are a minority.
Right.
And they're going to continually, promote those stereotypes. So you're going to have to expand your knowledge base, and it's going to have to be an independent thing, because the controlling entities of these countries do not want to empower us. They don't want to give us that kind of information that would make us to rise up, or lead us to investigate, or lead us to, ultimately leave their countries. You did a video that was fantastic, by the way, about if Black Americans left America, it would destabilize their economy, which is true. We're the number one consumers in the West, and they have everything to lose if we lose interest in their societies. So they are very, very invested in keeping us in this mentality, and they know that minorities, they behave in such a way because they feel like they're small numbers. They don't feel prevalent. They don't feel like they have a lot of power or a lot of say so in what goes on. So they're subjected to whatever the majority does, or whatever the majority determines is the standard.
Right.
So I would say for those that cannot travel, continue to seek the information. Obviously, the people that are coming on our platforms are people that are seeking that information.
Some type of information, right?
Yeah, that is, and also another suggestion is, locally, like, also, this is something you did as well. You're just such a pioneer, bro. I'm just so proud of you.
I appreciate it, man. Thank you. That means a lot from you.
I really am. I can't say that about a lot of people, because obviously a lot of people that are in the mainstream, they're all puppets, they're all frauds, and they're not people that I aspire to be like. But I really, really love the way you do what you do. You're not deterred by, any negativity. You continue to press on, and it's excellent. And just the example that you show to other Black men, you know what I mean, is fantastic. So the other thing that we can do is also enlighten our communities. I saw that you went to the school during Black History Month, and you gave them the presentation about Africa.
Right.
And that's something that those of us that are traveling and have had the exposure, we do need to share that in our environments, especially to the young people, because they are the ones that are the future of tomorrow. So if they don't have any understanding about the truth and other options or opportunities, they're going to be limited in their lifestyles. So, that's something I'm actually looking into, is doing some speaking at local schools and things like that. Here in the UK, the dynamic is a little bit different, because traveling is a huge part of our lifestyle.
Yeah.
So a lot of people frequent.
What's the average, like, for you? How many vacation days do you get?
I actually have 35 days a year.
In America, you're lucky to get 2 weeks.
I know. And actually,
I'm sorry, lucky to get 10 days. Let's keep 10 days.
Right. When I used to work for JP Morgan, when I was in Ohio, I had about 14 days. So, that was 2 weeks, and that was a lot. But
before I left corporate America, I had I think I had, how many days did I have? I think I got 15 days before I left.
I mean, that's kind of the max, unless you have like a lot of seniority people that work for government.
So I was there for almost 8 years. I think after my 5th or 6th year, they gave me an extra 5. Okay, so this is what they did. They changed it. They switched it to PTO. So your sick days and your vacation days were kind of all grouped into one.
Yeah, all one.
So I had 20 days altogether. That because of my seniority. But when I first started, I only had 10 days.
The time off scheme is completely different here. So first of all, like, I work in mental health. I work at a mental, psychiatric hospital.
Right.
Which they are really big on us having, time off and taking care of our emotional.
You might end up in a mental hospital.
Exactly. They want to make sure that we are looked after in our emotional well-being. So we have 35 days off. That's holiday time, but we have up to 6 months of sick time. So, and it's 2 separate banks. And actually, the holiday time is not from January to December. Our fiscal year is from April to April. So, actually I've been on holiday all year. I've taken a trip every month this year so far. I've done 5 countries so far this
Uh-huh.
year. So it's lovely, but see, this is what I'm talking about in terms of minority mindset. I'm a traveler. And I knew about the options that were available in UK in terms of, I knew that the lifestyle was conducive for that. So I planted myself in a place that will allow me to do the things I wanted to do,
But they were saying in France they get like 6 months vacation.
Yeah, France is serious. Like their work week is only like 25, 30 hours, I believe. I have a
Wow.
friend that lives in Paris, and he only works like 4 days a week. And the hours are like 7 to 3. So I'm like, you're hardly even at work. Yeah, it's different over here. It's different.
Well,
And like my manager, she'll come around and ensure that you've taken your time. She'll be like, hey, you got 10 days of holiday time. You need to book it. Gina, you gonna book your days? So, but it's lovely. I love it. I enjoy it. I really enjoy how things are going currently for me. It was a good move. It was a good move. I feel bad for you guys in the States, but
yeah, it's wild in the States.
that's why we have these platforms to try to enlighten you guys and promote you to broaden your perspectives. Because a lot of what you're enduring in the States is, you don't necessarily have to be subjected to that. And even if you're not to the level where you are migrating to different countries, you do have the liberty of educating yourself. You do have the liberty of traveling with your American passport. It opens up so many doors. So you ought to utilize that. Sorry, man, my charger.
Shout out to brother Gregory White in the chat room. Thank you for the
Big shout outs, Gregory.
yeah, Greg. That's fam. Shout out for Lita for Christ for the super chat, and then your girl T Kelly is in the house as well.
T Kelly, what's up, fam? Love you, girl. T Kelly's a good girl, man.
Oh yeah. T Kelly, you still in Nigeria?
Yeah,
T.
she
Kelly,
went.
No, she's still there.
No, she came back.
Oh, she came back. Okay, I'm going back next. I'm going back next week.
Yeah,
next week. I'll go back next week. I'll leave May 10th.
Actually, I'm traveling May 10th too, and I'll be in the States.
Where are you going?
I'm going to Ohio. I'm going to visit some family, so I'll be in Ohio for a week. Long? Just a week. Okay. Just a week, babe. Just a week.
What part of Ohio?
I'll be in Columbus. That's where I have family.
Okay, Columbus, Ohio.
I'll be in Columbus. So yeah, but what are your dates for Nigeria in August? Is it the 10th to
well, I'll be in Africa from like the 6th to the 22nd, something like that. But I'm gonna try to go to Gabon or Burkina Faso.
Okay.
And then the tour dates are from the 12th to the 19th. So I'm gonna get there on the 11th, and then I'm gonna leave like on the 21st or the 22nd.
Okay. We're in production for those dates, so that's why I need to know 12th to the 19th.
And then Monifa. Oh, that's right, Monifa. She's coming on. In fact, we got Susan, Monifa, and Greg. They're all coming on a tour, and they're all in the chat room.
Yeah, I saw Greg. Greg is he's a part of my channel too, and he mentioned that he was going to be in Nigeria. Yeah, so big shout outs to you guys. Bawoni. Zarani.
There you go. Shout out to Ifa Kimi as well.
Big shout outs, man. Your channel you got a lot of dope people in here, a lot of very educated, very progressive people. So I'm always really happy to interact with them. Oh, Dinus, I think I gotta put my link. You got my link?
Email it to me, and I'll put it in. Unless you should. I don't think I modded you, but if you email it to me, I'll throw it in the chat room.
Yeah, hold up. Let me
just email it to me real quick, and I'll put it in.
All right.
We are full. We are full for the trip in August, but I might do another trip in November. I'll keep people posted, but we are full for the trip in August. I'm sorry, Shishay.
I guess you're gonna have to
Shishay,
double them numbers.
That's my Ethiopian brother. I
I
think.
think you're gonna have to double the numbers next time.
Well, no. What we wanted to do, this is the first one. We wanted the people to be we wanted people to be comfortable, and I just didn't want to bring because I could have probably took 20 people or even more, but I wanted to keep it at 10, keep it intimate, and I want everybody to have experience and make sure everybody gets the attention they deserve, and so I didn't want to.
Yeah, that's really nice.
Eritrean,
And
my bad, Shay. My Eritrean brother.
you guys are gonna have a great trip with
Mm-hmm.
Dynas. He frequents Nigeria, so I know he's got
Yeah.
a lot of knowledge base, and you
Mm-hmm.
guys are gonna have a great time. I mean, you get to be with the. I mean, it's like being with a movie star. You
Oh
know,
shit. Shoot. Shoot, my
it's gonna
bad.
be
Okay.
lit.
Shoot. We're gonna have a good time. My
Everybody got
Eritrean brother.
where, man. I had my clothes ready, bro, for your coronation. I was about to.
I know. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. So we not. In fact, it's
It's
funny you said that. So listen. So I went to there was an African Union meeting. I went to it last week,
okay.
last Tuesday, and so the ambassador of the African Union to America, to the diaspora, she brought up the whole visa on arrival situation. And, a lot of us were speaking about when is the African Union passport going to be rolled out? And so I had to tell her your story because she was like, what they're doing now, as far as moving forward and progress, like, look, you get a visa on arrival. You guys could get a visa on arrival. And so I had to tell them your story, how it didn't work out. And she was like, oh, sorry.
Yeah, I mean, but in all defense, I've been to six countries currently, and I've done visa on arrival in three of them, and it was fine. You know what I'm saying? Egypt, Kenya, Tanzania, no problem.
No. See, that's different because you have your American passport, right?
Yeah, I've got both, but I usually fly on my British passport.
Well, see, that's the thing with like an American and British passport, Kenya, Tanzania, and Egypt, it's truly visa on arrival.
Yeah, yeah,
Where
yeah, yeah, yeah.
but
Yeah, it wasn't like that in
Nigeria,
Nigeria.
yeah, Nigeria. But what I'm saying is Nigeria is different, where you have to get
Contact them
a
beforehand.
visa.
Yeah.
Yeah. So what we're doing, we're making sure we're just doing it the old school way.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And we just making
Me
sure they get their
too.
visa, before
Me
we
too.
go. Like we're not doing no visa on arrival. I don't think
I
so
went
with our trip.
to Nigeria. For anybody who's in the chat room that's going to Nigeria, please get your visa ahead of time. I got
Yeah,
deported.
we're doing it ahead of time. So I told everybody July 1, we just doing a regular visa
That's cool.
process.
Yeah, I'm making a sneak move real quick to Ghana at the end of June. But when I get back, I will take care of the visa situation for Nigeria.
So are you oh shoot, my battery's going dead. Hold on 1 second. Are you coming to
Get the
Nigeria?
charger, fam.
I know, hold on. Oh man, hold on. Oh, now we got you regular. We doing a regular visa process. We're not doing visa
Right,
on
like,
arrival. We're doing a
deported.
regular visa process.
Nah, Greg, you'll be all right. Dinah's gonna look out for you. See, I move
Yeah.
around
We're
too
doing a
much.
regular. We just
I
we
move
just
around.
we just hate that we hate that African superstar had to be the guinea pig, but we're doing a regular visa process.
It's all right. Well, maybe now they'll listen.
Yeah.
By definition, leaders got to go first. So you
Mm-hmm.
know,
There you
I,
go.
I don't care. It's in the past. I'm all right.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So anyway, back to this subject.
Yeah, breaking the minority mindset.
What are your thoughts on it, Dinus? Because I know you had a lot to say about similar subjects with this minority. Because the people in the West, man, we got to educate them.
Well, I just it's gonna be hard to break that minority mindset, especially in America, because it's been beat into us. And the thing is, since we don't have any power, we don't control any resources.
Yeah.
You're pretty much forced to be in a minority.
Well, I don't know. I don't really know because fortunately in my situation I'm able to, I'm able to move around a lot and I'm not
Mm-hmm.
in that environment anymore. But I know like sometimes I get people on my page like, from the ADOS for instance, and they're like, well,
Right. So ADOS is definitely a minority mindset.
yeah. Yeah, because they just want Black Americans to have their spot.
Right.
But they ask such questions like, well, everybody can't leave, everybody, some people
Okay.
don't want to
Okay.
leave their.
Let's see here. So, Gina, when we bring up the whole African option or having the African plan, and people reply with the everybody can't leave, we
Right.
broke, and all that. Like, what's the best way to respond?
Well, I
Because
mean,
I mean, I
obviously,
understand, I get it, but it's just,
I get it, but
it's like I think there's a difference between being sincere in the situation versus being a misery merchant. Like, what's the best way to respond?
um, the only response that I have done is, and by all means, because I can't see the chat room right now, and I'm not trying to be disrespectful to anybody who disagrees, but my mentality is that um, we may have to do drastic things to change the dynamics that we're facing. And
Mm-hmm.
that will require sacrifice and that will require strategy. A lot of us, especially some of us that were in the corporate environment or have advanced degrees, we've already come to the realization that those things did not change our reality in America. We may have had nice, good money, enjoyed some type of fancy lifestyle, cars and nice houses and stuff.
Right.
But
Exactly. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
the way that we're treated, the way that we're minimized, the racism that we face, the violence that we face, the lack of collectivity in our communities, among our peers, even just the danger that our children are in,
Mm-hmm.
all of that is a part of the American environment. And like you said, we don't really have the power to impact that. So for me, I think that planting myself in a successful environment or in an environment that's more conducive for my success has a lot of those elements to help me flourish is the best way to go about it. And I think it's an individual thing. Some people, to be quite honest with you, Dinus, some people um they like the environment in America because it's a
True.
crutch for them. And they do understand that if they go to Africa, because for instance, there's not all this like, welfare and the social systems to support them, it would require those people having to actually do for themselves and get out there with some type of ambition and make life happen. I see like a lot of Pan-Africanists, we have an entrepreneurial mind. We have a very ambitious mind. We see the opportunities that are in Africa, not necessarily all the challenges that we know that we may face, but we're willing to take that risk because no risk, no reward.
Right.
You can't win the lottery if you're not going to play. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So,
Right.
um, and for me, it's worth it. It's worth it for me to take that gamble. It's worth it for me to go first, and it's worth it for me to explore because there was a point when both you and I was looking for the same information and we couldn't find it. That's the whole
Right.
reason we're here because we want to put that information out for other people coming along. What we have found, the success we've found in the motherland. So I just feel like opportunities in America are few and far between, unless you're a coon. If you're a coon,
Right.
then you'll be all right. Because
Say
you
that
just
again. Hey, say that again. Say that again. People got to hear that.
if
Say
you're
that
a
again.
coon, you'll be all right in America. You know,
Uh-huh.
you think that's the best place to be.
Mm-hmm.
If you a coon, so but we ain't coons.
Right.
Nah, we're like we're warrior types. We don't want to, we're cool with coexisting with people, but when they get to disrespecting, that's a whole different issue. I'm
Right.
a grown woman. I can't be having people talking to me anyhow, calling me names, talking to me like I don't understand basic English. I used to hate that at the bank. They were so
Right.
condescending. And I'm like, I have more degrees than you. Like, why are you talking to me like that?
Right.
Mm. So I don't know, Dinus. Um, I don't know how to respond to those people. Well, everybody can't go and I'm poor. I mean, it kind of sounds like excuses to me, really.
Uh-huh.
You know, if you want to do something, just like big shout outs to T. Kelly, you know, to support her first trip to Africa, she was doing DoorDash. You know, some people do Uber.
Mm-hmm.
You know, some people get online and sell stuff on eBay, you know, to raise extra money. Or, you know,
Right.
if you want to do something, there's ways to do it. You know, you could probably even start a GoFundMe.
True. People have done it.
People do GoFundMe. Send me back to Africa.
Right. Then somebody really did that too. Raise some money.
I know there was a guy.
The white supremacists like gave him some
Yeah,
money. True story.
I remember seeing that. He was like, "If you want me to go back to Africa, I'm gonna need a ticket. I'm gonna need accommodations."
He raised a
So
couple
he
thousand
worked it
dollars
out.
too.
Yeah, he did. Yeah, yeah. That's a good dent into your trip. You know, and if you
Yeah, so
plan it well,
there you people who are having issues raising the funds going to Africa, do a GoFundMe. Say in the GoFundMe, you have to say, white supremacists, look here. I know y'all don't want me to be here.
y'all tell me to
I
go
know
back to
y'all want to
Africa.
send me. I know you guys want me back in Africa. So therefore, help me raise the money so you can send me back.
I need the
Bang.
dollars, fam. I need the
And he
dollars.
made, yeah, I think he raised like $3,000. So at least he got the
Yeah,
visit.
yeah. That's a round trip. That's
Mm-hmm.
cool. And plus, once you get there, you know, the exchange rate on any foreign currency, you know, pounds, euros, dollars,
Mm-hmm.
you know, you're going to get a good exchange when you go to Africa.
Mm-hmm.
That resort I stayed in Zanzibar, it was 5 nights for 125 pounds. So that
That's not bad. That's like
nah,
$40 a night, $35 a night.
yeah, it
USD
included it included
breakfast.
yeah, it was 100. Yeah, matter of fact, it wasn't pounds. It was $125. So
That's not bad.
it was 5 nights. It included breakfast, and it was seaside, you know. And I thought to myself, like, man, this is really cheap. Because I mean, you go to Hawaii, you go to even you go to Florida, probably California is even more. You know, to get hotels out there is probably.
You're not gonna find a resort situation in a place like Zanzibar for that price in America. Period.
And you got the palm trees, you got the whole effect. Plus, you're gonna
Mm-hmm.
be around black people, you know.
Did you go?
So
You didn't stay in Stone Town, did you?
I didn't stay in Stone Town. I stayed in it was called Shawaka Village.
Okay.
It was far. It was like about 45 minutes from Stone Town.
Okay,
So
but
it was
it was probably not. It's probably beautiful.
yeah, it was really nice. Like when I opened my door in the
Mm-hmm.
mornings, the view was incredible. It was beautiful and it was so peaceful and quiet. I would just see like the Maasai walking up and down the beach in the mornings.
Mm-hmm.
And it was really nice. I mean, it was definitely a relaxing situation. I know
Mm-hmm.
you were on the town, but I didn't do all of that.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
I didn't do all that. But yeah, it was really nice. Big
Shout out to
shout outs to
everybody.
East Africa.
Yeah, shout out to everybody in the chat room. We have 183 people watching. Let's hit that. Let's hit that like button, everybody. Let's hit that like button.
Big
African
shout out.
superstar. Everybody,
Dynasty.
African. Jenna, how do we meet? African superstar.
Yes.
How do we meet? I forgot. Tell people how we met.
So I met Dynas actually because the very first video I was actually planning my first trip to Africa. This was about what was it 3 years ago?
It had to be a couple years ago, yeah, at least.
It was about 3 years ago. I actually went back to the video. I had a screenshot of the video, Dynas. You had about 7,000 subscribers at that time when I saw your video.
Mm.
So anyway,
we almost at 60,000 now.
look at that, y'all.
Mm-hmm. We're gonna get there.
Yeah, so anyway, I was actually doing a lot of research about trips to Africa. You know, I wanted to see visuals. I wanted some tangible information. And your channel popped up on YouTube. And the very first video I ever saw was the video of you in Zanzibar.
Mm-hmm.
And that was the first I ever heard of Zanzibar. That was the first I ever saw anything about it. There was actually in Columbus, where I was living at the time, I was still in Ohio. There was a like a night spot called Zanzibar, and that was all I had ever heard about Zanzibar. So I remember watching your video about that. It has some of the most beautiful beaches in the world, and really good seafood. And you were out like there was like a big seafood place, and the guy he was trying to overcharge you.
Yeah. I was talking shit. Yeah.
So anyway, so that's the first video. I subscribed to your channel, and then actually I reached out to you on Facebook. We started talking back and forth and exchanged contacts, and that's it's history. So that's how I come to know Dynast. And he's a great guy. I love him. He's a good solid brother, and I'm looking forward to meeting up with him very, very soon in Nigeria.
So you coming? Is that confirmation that you're coming?
I'm in the building, Dynast. I'm gonna come just for you, mate. Just for you.
Okay.
Just for you. Just for you. I mean, obviously, we're gonna have some of our very, very special subscribers that'll be there as well, and I'm looking forward to seeing you guys too. But yeah, I'm really making an effort. Like I said, when I get back from Ghana, I'm going to organize everything for Nigeria. So I'm looking forward to coming around. What's popping in the chat room? What are they saying?
Oh no, just everybody's in the chat room, just having a good time. Yeah, the channel's definitely growing. You guys, trying to, get, change it up with the content a little bit and tweak some things, so you guys can see the growth and see where your super chats are going. You know what I mean?
That's really good. Yeah, awesome.
So y'all super chat me so the page could grow.
Yeah, see, the super chat is all those really nice threads that Dynast wears. This Africa original shirt. I really like that, man.
I appreciate it, man. This is the Tribe Apparel, Worldwide Tribe Apparel is the name of the name of the brand.
The brand.
Yeah. So real quick, so people who are, I guess, who refuse to break the minority mindset, how do you think that's going to end up?
Well, I mean, obviously, they're going to continue to endure what they're enduring and worse. Those of us that want more, we are going to have to be innovative with this process, because our entire upbringing and the entire system that we're a part of in the West is grooming us to believe that we are a minority. So it requires a lot of strategy to actually get out of that. But it's very possible. It's very possible, and it really just starts with you taking some type of action towards changing that dynamic. And I often say, like, my very first trip, I went to South Africa, and when I got off the plane, I immediately got very angry because I saw the all Black majority, and I was really mad that it took all this time for me to experience this. And I felt that so much had been hidden and restricted from me, and that kind of just really sparked and fueled my quest of Africa. Like, I wanted to see, and I still continue. I'm actually in the process of planning a trip to Zimbabwe and Mozambique. I'm gonna go to Maputo. Maputo is quite far from the affected area of the hurricane, and I actually already had it on the list. So I'm working out that, because they actually have, for those of you that don't know, the world's largest waterfalls are in Zimbabwe, between Zimbabwe and Zambia. They're called Victoria Falls. It's one of the world wonders. You probably never hear about it, never advertised on travel sites and things like that. But it's absolutely stunning and phenomenal. I would recommend that you Google it and look at it. But yeah, I want to get down there to see the waterfalls. So my experience in the motherland, every time I go, it just fills me with more and more wonder of what else is out there, and I just want to see as much as I possibly can. So those that don't want to expand their mind, we can't force you. But I always say on my channel, for instance, you have to ask yourself critically, why in the world would these young people be coming on here taking their time,
Right.
sharing details of their private lives, spending their money, doing all the things that we do, if what we said was not legitimate.
Right.
Will we go through the extent of coming out here and doing all this for you guys if it wasn't true? That is why we put ourselves in this position, and share all these details and things like that, because we want to provide that resource for others that are interested. And a lot of the people that contend with us haven't even traveled, haven't even explored. So they really don't have grounds to be saying what they're saying a lot of times.
Hmm.
So, and we're going to continue. We're going to continue to drive forward with our plans in Africa.
Yes, ma'am.
Nobody's slowing down our boat. You can get on the boat, or
Mm-hmm.
for those of you that love the Bible, y'all know the story about Noah's Ark. You can get on the ark, or you can get rained out.
Right. Exactly.
That's just how it is. The ark's still gonna roll
With
regardless.
or without you.
We
With or
moving
without you.
forward. We moving forward.
And the thing is, I got people saying I'm trying to shame them. Like, we're not trying to shame you. We're just telling you got to have an African plan, like the importance of it.
Yeah, I mean, if you want longevity, you have to. And I mean, on a side note, look at how they destroy all these prominent Black people, like
Right.
celebrities and stuff like this. You got these guys like trying to destroy Michael Jackson's legacy. The man is dead. He can't even defend himself. They bringing
Mm-hmm.
out documentaries, R. Kelly, Bill Cosby. So what happens is, like, even after you invest yourself and build your life and build your legacy, at the end of the day, they tear it all down.
Right.
And it's got to be such a horrible feeling. I don't know if those men are guilty. I don't know if they've done this and this and this, but it's still the simple fact that, at the end of the day, you go down in smoke. And that's what you stand to lose. Like, either you live a tedious life, for those of us that are not pushovers, and we don't want to conform, and we speak our mind. Our pathway in America, for instance, is very tedious. They try to make life very hard for us. Now, if you're a coon, like some of those celebrities, you kiss
Right.
up to the people, then at the end, that's when they finish you. They let you do all
Right.
that kissing for decades and decades, and then they just tear it down. Tiger Woods a great example. Tiger Woods
Exactly.
been kissing people's butts for decades. And then
Decade.
as soon as he cheated on that white girl, they threw him under the bus like nobody's business.
Exactly.
Canceled his endorsements. I mean, he was broke. He was losing his competitions. I'm happy to see that he came back strong in his recent match. But
Yeah.
still,
He just won the Masters.
yeah, they dogged him. Same thing with OJ. OJ's another one, was kissing. Soon as they still feel like he's guilty, and they took away his awards. How can you take away somebody's awards after the fact? Like,
Right.
that's crazy. But they'll do that, and they'll ruin your whole name. So I don't know. I just don't feel like there's any way for someone like me to really be happy in that type of environment. Amin Rob was
Right.
on one of my videos, and he said that,
You and Amaral did the show?
no. He was in the comments.
Okay.
No. I'll have to do that. I like
Yeah, you got
Amin
to get
Rob. He's
Amaral on
really.
the show.
I can't go live right now until I get my subscribers up. So
Oh, so how's that work now? So how many subscribers do you have to have? In fact, with that being said, did you see? Oh, you send me your hold on, let me put it in the chat room right now as we speak. Your
yeah,
the
I
link to
sent you
your
the
page,
link.
guys. Make sure you subscribe to African Superstar so she could go live. Because you gotta have how many
1,000. I'm almost halfway there.
so you gotta
But
have you said 1,000 subscribers?
1,000 subscribers. That's why
Okay.
US Bronson was like, man, you need to do another collabo with Dynas. We want to see you on Dynas channel. I gotta give you guys shout outs. I got a few people that are on my channel that are really, really just always pushing me. T Kelly, US Bronxy, and also Darius. They're like, do collabs. We really enjoy your show. We want to, they're really good motivators to me. So I just wanted to shout all you guys out. If you're watching or you see the playback, thank you so much for your continued support. But what was he talking about, Dinus? I totally forgot.
We're talking about we just talking about the people that don't want to break the minority mindset. Like
Oh yeah,
how's that gonna end
yeah.
up?
They're gonna be. They're gonna continue to endure, and it's only getting worse. It's getting more and more hostile in the U.S. every day. We was talking about Amin Ra. So
Yeah, I'm wrong too.
Amin Ra was saying, like, as a pro-black, it's impossible to exist in that environment because everything that you want is stifled. Everything that you want is stifled in that environment, and it is because you're not free. You're not free. You have to bend and conform, and then you're a second class citizen, and there's nothing you can do.
Fourth class in some spots. Fourth class.
And there's nothing you can do.
Mm-hmm.
And I think a lot of times that's why a lot of our people in the West are very, very challenged and dysfunctional, because they've gotten to a point where they feel hopeless. They've done a lot of things to try to improve the quality of their life, and they're still going through these type of hardships, and they can't negotiate it because it doesn't make sense. Because if you grow up in America, you're told that you can be anything you want to be. You're told that the more education you get, the better it's going to be. You go to these schools, you live in this neighborhood. All that stuff's supposed to enhance the quality of your life. You do some of those steps and you don't move forward. So it's very confusing. And then you see your non-black peers next to you doing a fraction of what you're doing and getting ahead. So it's a very disconcerting situation, you know. But I think on a positive note, Dinus, I think that we are definitely, you are making a huge impact, because you're doing something new and you're doing something that nobody else before you has done. And you can see from all the interaction on your channel just how valued it is and just how many people are looking for it. People are looking for these type of platforms to help motivate them and help educate them to the next level. And we also dispel a lot of those myths about Africa, what it's like, all these stereotypes and all these false ideas, because we're showing what it is. We're showing what it is, and we're going there, and we're living and surviving to tell another story, live another day.
Right. Live another day. Well, African superstars, anything else you want to share in closing? Go ahead, take your
time. Thank you guys. I would thank you guys for sticking with us and watching our video today. Please come subscribe to my channel. I'm on YouTube under The African Superstar. I'm also on Facebook and Instagram. Big shout outs to the Search for Uhuru family, and also those of you that are part of the African Superstar family. You are very valued and cherished. And thanks always to my big brother Dinus, big role model. I love you. Keep doing what you're doing. Stay strong. We support you. We value the content that you bring, and it makes such a difference. So thank you so much, bro.
Absolutely. Guys, with that being said, thank you so much for joining us. I put African Superstars link in the chat room. So guys, make sure you go and subscribe to her page so we could get her subs up so she could go live, everybody. So bam, there it goes again. So make sure you guys go subscribe. So everyone, thank you so much for joining us. Make sure you go to Search for Uhuru on Instagram, Snapchat, Twitter, and Facebook. Make sure you like, share, and subscribe. Everyone, again, thank you so much for joining us. Dinus Amir, Search for Uhuru. Next time, family. Peace.